This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
And hello, you're looking live from Bangkok, Thailand, the Thailand International Ice Hockey Rink. And we've got tonight's game between UAE and Singapore. And we're going to send it right to you directly to Zach Block and Preet Marwa for tonight's game.
Thank you, Keith. Thanks, Keith. Another exciting hockey night in Bangkok, Thailand. And the winner of this game is going to move on to the gold medal game tomorrow versus Thailand, the winner of our first game. For those of you joining us, UAE in white with the red trim and Singapore in the all red. Singapore keeps it into the UAE zone, down behind the net. Naif in goal for UAE, directing traffic. Goes all the way down. That'll be icing. It is. What are your keys to the game tonight, Preet? Well, look, if you're Singapore, there's three guys you need to shut down on UAE. We've got Binsmuth, Murphy, Depola. If they can contain those three, Singapore odds of winning are pretty high. UAE needs to get a lot of shots on net. That's going to be their key. And that's going to be a tall order against Lee in net. Singapore, statistically speaking, the best goaltender in this tournament with a 95% save percentage coming in tonight. Wow. Yeah, so shots, as many as they can get. And Binsmuth's going to be the key because from the point, he's got a really good shot. The thing that's impressed me with him, Binsmuth, is his speed and agility on the ice. I mean, he often leads the rush from his points position. Yeah, it's just silky smooth. Here, go number 55 for Singapore coming in. Getting pushed into the corner there nicely by number 19 for UAE. Behind the net now. Ooh, another big check. UAE throwing the body around early here. Singapore captain Chua just throws it to the corner. Now Binsmuth for UAE trying to avoid the check. And he's able to push the puck out of the zone. Binsmuth following that up now. But good little tap by Singapore to get it back. UAE making some changes. And now Chan, the tournament's leading goal scorer, coming forward. Gives it over to Blakeney. Play broken up. Both teams fighting for possession here. Comes to Chan, 97. He goes cross ice to go, 55 for Singapore. His pass hit the skates. No. Chua looking up forward to Chan, 17. If I mispronounce your name, I'm terribly sorry. Shot on goal by Chan there. Just kind of simple backhand. Didn't get a lot of velocity on that.
Yeah, I think he kind of actually fooled a bunch of the guys. They were expecting a shot, and he just kind of
almost casually tapped it. That's going to be an icing.
Well, not a lot of pace yet to the game.
No, a little bit of back and forth, but nothing too much. Still no registered shots on goal. 2 minutes and 11 seconds into the game. Here's Murphy for UAE taking the face-off. He's definitely one of the people to watch. He's had a strong tournament. Murphy wins the face-off, trying to cut through the defense, going to the slot. Doesn't get a clean shot off. Up to Ben Samoud at the point. Looking to settle the puck. Long shot, bounces off the leg. Danger. Lee able to make an initial save there. Singapore trying to get out of the zone now, and they do. 19, Blakeney. Nice cut to the middle, but grubbed off there by the UAE defense. Ben Samoud for UAE now. Along the far boards, breaking into the zone, trying to get past the Singapore defense. Go taps it forward to his line mate, Chan, number 97. Chan, good move, avoiding the defense. Held up here by Depola, and Chan just throws it down for a dump and chase, and he's going to get the change.
Yeah, UAE's been good on the body so far, and they're going to need to keep that up. They've got a bit of a size advantage, and they need to use it and slow Singapore down.
Sure. Although I would say, personally speaking, something I noticed in the previous game is sometimes they're too much on the body and not on the puck. They're watching the man and not the puck. That's going to be an icing, I believe. Official discussing it over, or maybe it was a hand pass because I think they're staying in the zone.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that. Oh, you know what? It deflected out.
Oh, okay, was that the call?
Yeah,
okay.
The argument was we didn't touch it, and they're like, no, it deflected.
So it's going to be 19 Murphy for UAE versus Go 55 for Singapore in the face-off dot. Face-off, won by Go. Oh, but a good takeaway there by the UAE forward to get that puck out. Big cheer from the Singapore bench on that hard check. Both teams really laying the body in here.
There's a penalty.
Penalty. So our first infraction of the night, it's going to be a hook on the UAE player.
Yeah, I think we got him hooking,
or
holding.
Singapore, actually. Forgive me, I think it's going to be Singapore.
Yeah, no, Singapore's got the penalty.
17 for Singapore. That is Chian. So UAE with an early opportunity here on the power play. 16:26 remaining in the first period. Still no registered shots on goal.
Well, they've got the number one line out there. Let's see what they can generate.
Murphy wins the face-off. Goes to Ben Samoud. Long shot from the point.
Ooh.
Just wide. Singapore's going to have a chance here. Moving down the ice. 47 League throws it all the way around, killing some time. UAE looking to set up the rush. Ben Samoud gives it off to Murphy. Murphy outlet pass to Depola. Depola tries to get past Chua, but unable to do so. Puck back to center ice for Ben Samoud. Does a really good job of using that long reach he has and his body size, several centimeters and kilos over everybody else to just protect the puck. Depola now at the sideboards. That shot off a leg. Puck thrown behind the Singapore net. Rung around the boards. That's going to come out again, I believe. It does. About 1 minute remaining here on the UAE power play. Still a top line out. Ben Samoud looking for an entry. Little delaying action. Crosses in. Long shot. Right into Lee. Easy save. A little passive, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, the structure, they need to get some structure, and I think it's been one of the weaknesses of the power play of UAE is the lack of sort of structure on that power play, getting set up, moving the puck around.
And what's your system? Do you want to overload the side? You're looking for an umbrella? You know, I'm not seeing that kind of traditional hockey play. Another quick glove by Lee.
Yeah, and these outside shots are certainly not gonna beat Lee.
keep it. I mean, my personal philosophy: keep it simple. You know, you got two guys on the point who've got good hard shots. Get it low, look for a rebound, look for a screen, deflection, and then get the dirty goal. You know, clean it up. We'll see what they decide here. Singapore able to win that face-off. Long clear down, killing some more time.
It's
22, Al-Kobasi. Oh, little inadvertent contact with Ben Samud in his own squad. Singapore cheering a little bit. Good little rub-off there by the Singapore defenseman to get possession of the puck. Head up looking, just throws it down again. Just some simple plays for the PK here.
Yeah, smart, aggressive, and yet just, again, get the puck, dump it.
Yeah, not doing a lot, just kind of mucking up the entries for UAE. But here, as I say, Ben Samud with some good speed, going wide, protecting the puck, throws it out front. Shot by Napola wide. And that's going to end the power play, so we're back to even strength. Good check there by Napola. 11, throws it to center. Murphy's there. Oh, unable to settle that puck down.
Nah, that's a miscue.
Comes out of the zone, so they're going to have to reset here. Ben Samud already with a lot of time on the ice in the early going. He's certainly been leading their team in ice time so far in the tournament. Murphy unable to get through the Singapore defense. Little shove there, nobody calls it. 21, Al Sawadi going back for the UAE defense. Leaves it for the forward, I think that's Murphy. It is indeed. Throws it forward to Napola, his line mate. Napola, wide, protecting the puck. Between the legs for Murphy. Murphy now behind the Singapore net. Tries a wraparound. Save.
Yeah, so that was a good play. Two guys in front of the net. Get into a position and throw it at the net.
Chan, his shot deflected wide. Oh, 19 there, fanned on that shot. And it goes wide into the near side corner. Go for Singapore, threw it across the goal mouth, but nobody was on the other end. Murphy now able to move out for UAE, but he loses it quickly. Forgive me, that was the captain, Al Hassani. Chan now breaking in, trying to split the UAE defense, unable to do so. Good active sticks. Murphy coming the other way. He's also unable to get through the defense. So some nice, good stick work here, just mucking up the plays for both sides. Nobody able to have sustained pressure and sustained possession. John, good shot, low. Nice pad save. Well done by Nayef.
Yeah, that was good. Good reaction. Yeah, you're right. They're just kind of playing in the middle of the ice here and not giving each other a lot of room.
Rung around the boards all the way back to the Singapore end for Go, number 55. He throws it off the board to Chan, 97. He throws it forward quickly to Chion, number 17. Some good passing here. Got a chance. Goes behind the net. Looking. Retreats. Oh, into the slot! Nayef makes the initial save. Puck still in a dangerous zone here. Eventually UAE to get that out. Ben Samud passes it forward. And if UAE hurries, they're going to have an odd man rush. Cross ice to Ben Samud. His shot, save. Oh, a centering pass again, another great save by Lee. UAE with a lot of good pressure here, end-to-end action for both squads. Officially, shots on goal are 3-2 in favor of Singapore, 11:37 remaining in the period. Somebody fell down, no penalty call. Singapore didn't like that. Chion able to get through the defense, some good stick handling here, but nice harassing back check by Murphy, gets the puck out again.
That'll be icing.
Indeed it is.
That was 3-on-1. Ben Samud just didn't quite get control of that puck. And he was on his offside, so it was a little bit harder for him to get that shot off right away. It's a good pass across.
Yeah, some nice opportunities for both squads here. Good saves for the goaltenders. Go versus Murphy. Once again in the faceoff dot, we'll be saying those names a lot. Long shot for Chian. He kind of fanned on it, though. He didn't get a clean shot. Puck rung around to the far boards. Good keeping by 94 for Singapore. Puck goes behind the net for UAE. Ben Samud throws it up the near boards to Murphy. Murphy, my view, slightly screened. Puck goes to the point. once again, I've sent 2 or 3 slappers here where they're just not cleanly hitting the puck. And it's almost like a knuckle puck. It just slowly goes forward.
There's some good hands by Ben Smooth.
Yeah, great hands. Unable to. Oh, I think that might have come off the post or the stick.
He took a big slash in the hands there. He's not happy about that.
Yeah, he's checking his wrist here. Hope he's okay. 22 for UAE. Throws it off the sideboards, but good keep in by Go for Singapore. Both teams fighting for the puck in the far corner, eventually taken by Go of Singapore. He throws it up near the point, but it's taken here by the UAE squad. Popola, nice little simple deke, gets around, rubbed into the boards by Chian. Both teams giving the body. UAE trying to keep it in, they do. But a little passive here, just sitting back. Singapore looking to move forward. Go with the puck. Oh, he gave it away to Murphy. Murphy also made a mishandle there. But good job for Al Sawadi cleaning that up. Number 21 of UAE going in deep. Ooh, hard check. That's a penalty. I think boarding might be the call or interference.
Interference. But he was at, they were.
That's a little surprising to me as well. The puck was there.
Exactly.
But that's why we're not the officials. 14 for UAE is going to get the call. Al Otaiba. Once again, if I mispronounce your name, of course it's not on purpose. So Singapore are going to have a chance here on the power play. 9:37 remaining in the first period. Shots on goal, 4 apiece. Still scoreless.
Yeah, Singapore coming in with a pretty significant advantage in special teams.
Oh, short-handed here. Murphy took away, and a
Nice.
goal! Murphy with a great individual effort, fighting off the back check of the Singapore player, able to just tap it across with one hand on his backhand, and surprised Lee, I guess.
Yeah, you know, actually what surprised me was that the official didn't have his hand up, because
That looked like a holding goal
that
to
was
me
a
as well.
pretty blatant hold.
Once again, we're just the announcers. We're not
Yeah.
the officials.
That's a good break for UAE and Murphy to stick with it.
So with that shorthanded goal, UAE takes the 1-0 lead. 9:20 remaining in the first period. 1:40 on the power play for Singapore. Team captain Chua gives it off to 97 Chan. Chan with a chance! Right into the chest of Nayef. Ben Samoud now for UAE. Clears the puck all the way down. Chan, you know, you can see why he's leading the tournament in goals scored. Had a great move, but he kind of just threw it right at the chest of Nayef. Would have liked to see him pick a corner.
Yeah, he comes in with the puck. He's got this deceptive speed, I want to call it.
Sure. And he's shifty. I mean, he's very fleet-footed, able to make a simple move and get around the defense for an open lane. Go now, but quickly broken up here by DePola. Does a nice job to break up the entry. Now Blakeney, his also entry delayed by 21 of UAE. Nice active sticks again. Chian throws it down low. Kicked by Go. Now Blakeney back to Go. Up to the point for Chian. Evades the forecheck of Murphy. Ooh, off the side net there. DePola chips it out. Hamnet tried to keep it in. I guess he did. I thought that was offsides. Ooh.
Now it's out.
Yes. Murphy goes down hard. Thankfully, he's up quickly. Last few seconds here of the Singapore power play. Ben Samoud for UAE with the puck. Throws it to DePola. DePola through center ice, entering in the Singapore zone. Even strength now. His shot deflected wide. Push forward here for 19 of Singapore. That's Blakeney. Blakeney deflated by the UAE defense. Keeps his balance. Oh no, there loses his balance. Some good, nice checking here by both squads, using their bodies. DePola delaying, shoots. Saved by Lee. Tough angle.
Yeah, got himself in a little too far. Should have made the, I guess could have made the play across earlier.
Blakeney now. No, nope. I'll finish my thought in a moment. Here we go, Ben Smith. What I'm seeing is both squads, one guy looking to do a little too much, in my opinion, trying to deke around 2 or 3 players instead of just looking for entry passes or dump and chase. It's worked earlier in this tournament against, frankly speaking, lower quality programs who don't have quite the history in the hockey. When you get to a better quality opponent, you can't keep skating like that and thinking one player is going to beat everybody.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to happen. That's what I'm saying. Like, when they get those chances to get in the zone, and you've got a player on the other side, you got to make that play.
It's a team sport.
And given how well Lee is playing, you're not going to beat him from those kind of angles.
Ooh, Nayev, a little bit of a dangerous play there. Open a giveaway, up in the high slot, down low. Both teams looking for possession. Eventually it comes out. Puck goes to Liao. Singapore. Little bump there by Captain Al Hassani of UAE. Puck ends up with Ben Samoud behind his own net for UAE. Gives it to Blakeney. Or excuse me, that's Murphy. Murphy trying to evade the Singapore check. And he does. He's got a good, active, quick hands. But that time, Singapore takes it. DePola trying to fight the puck off. Eventually, puck comes into UAE possession near center ice for Murphy. Into his own zone, retreating for Ben Samoud. Singapore making some changes on the ice. Ben Samoud using his speed, using his nice length. He can shield the puck, chips it down low. Try a centering pass. Ooh, that deflected just wide. Number 11, Al Sawadi. Again there, nice little just simple play. I like that, just throw it at the net.
Yeah, and that was a smart play by Ben Samoud, taking it out and just throw it out to where his guys are, and should be.
Yeah, try for a rebound, try for a deflection, maybe catch the goaltender sleeping or screened. Nearly 5 minutes remaining in the first. Shots on goal, 7 apiece. Puck goes to the far boards. Good check there by, I think that's Murphy.
Yeah, it was Murphy. Definitely.
Bit of a miscue here. Now Blakeney for Singapore able to get out. Trying to evade the Singapore defense. He's going to try and split them. His shot blocked.
And again, another example of trying to, one guy trying to get through 4 players.
Yeah, just a little too much. I like the idea, I like the confidence, but the smart play, the simple play is often the best move. DePola here is going to have some space. UAE going to have an odd man rush if they hurry. Sliding delays. I'm not sure if that got all the way to Lee. DePola now behind the Singapore net. Gives it to the sideboards for Murphy. Back to DePola down low. He misplayed it though, unfortunately. Hatnet throws it forward to Chan. Chan, number 97. Almost able to evade the defense, but it eventually comes to UAE. Long stretch pass, done well to DePola. They're going to have a 2-on-1 here. DePola, Deeks, shot, blocked. Secondary shot also wide. You've got the man advantage there. I'm not sure why you don't want to pass. Xian for 17. Good move. Oh. Shot saved by Nayev. Secondary shot. Still in the slot. Where's the puck? Eventually whistle. Ooh, a little bit of chippy play after the fact. Team captain Chua of Singapore and Murphy exchanging pleasantries.
I'm not sure how that didn't go in.
I'm pretty shocked myself.
It was sitting there with a wide open net.
And he actually, Nayev, this is, didn't even cover it, but I guess the official lost sight of it because he called the whistle. 3:27 remaining in the first period. Face-off won by Singapore. Chan's shot into the belly of Nayev. Goaltender's looking pretty sharp early.
Yeah, not that they've had a lot of quality shots against them. Honestly, they've been a lot from the outside. Both teams reset. Ben Samoud actually taking that face-off.
from his D spot. That was a little surprising. And we had another quick stoppage here. We're going to have another reset. So the D-man in the face-off dot, and he actually, is he going to win the face-off? Both teams tied up. Eventually it's going to go to, I'm not sure who I would credit that face-off win to.
Scramble draw.
But right now Singapore with the puck. Go at the far boards. Looking to center. Deflection. I'm not sure if that got all the way to Naif. Puck now at center ice. Chian, D to Chua. Team captain back to Chian. Chian with good speed, cutting through the right dot. Still with the puck. Circling. Cross ice pass to Chua at the near boards. Centering. Little low shot blocked there by Naif.
Missed opportunity. Had two guys standing in front of the net to pass to, and he took the shot.
Once again, like you alluded to earlier, just kind of easy outside shots. Goaltender has plenty of vision to be able to see it. Maybe he was looking for a deflection or a rebound, but...
No, when you got two guys, 2-on-0, standing at the opponent's goal, you got to get them the puck.
I agree with you. Puck into the bench, so we're going to have another quick stoppage. Just over 2 minutes remaining in the first period. Still 1-0 UAE with the shorthanded tally earlier this period by Murphy. Shots on goal or 11-7 in favor of Singapore.
You know, going back to Bin Samoud taking the face-off there in the zone, I wonder if that was some sort of set play they were trying to do.
Could be. Murphy wins that one for UAE. Ben Samoud gives it up to Al Sawadi. Al Sawadi up the far boards, but unable to get around the check of Singapore. Hamnet for Singapore behind his own net. Rings it around, but it's going to be kept in by Depola of UAE. Depola. Nice little tip there by Lee of Singapore, 47, able to get it forward. Now Go. He's going to have to delay because that was offside, so he stops. Smart play there, though, not to get a stoppage. Hamnet throws it forward. Al Sawadi for UAE throws it around now at the far boards.
Oh.
A bit of a misplay there by UAE because they gave the possession back to Singapore. Chian delaying, throws it in front. Good save by Naif.
That was big. That was a good, smart, again, play and pass, which is what they need to do more of.
That might have been Singapore's best opportunity thus far. That's the kind of play you do want to see. You're going from low to high, from side to side, making the teams look around, make the goaltender move his positioning. But give credit there to Naif. He was ready for the challenge.
Yeah, I'm not sure what UAE was doing on that play. The puck came around the boards, and they were just kind of looking at each other. One skated out thinking,
"You're going to get it? No, I'm going to get it." Oh, I thought you were going to get it. Ben Samoud's shot was wide, maybe deflected. Puck below us here. Al Hassani, team captain for UAE, throws it in. It's deflected. Goes to the far side where Hamnet for Singapore just throws it a little bit down out of danger.
Offside.
Yes, definitely. Blakeney from his knees tried to keep it in, but it was clearly offsides. Like the effort play.
Yeah, sometimes you get away with it.
Final minute of the first period.
Well, other than the one goal, it's been a pretty uneventful period.
Yeah, not a lot of clean possession, not a lot of clean looks. Both teams, you know, you'd like to see them settle down a little bit, look for the simple, smart play. Hook. So UAE going to go back to the penalty box.
I'm not sure I agree with that call either.
Officials saying, we don't need the commentary. 18 for UAE, that would be Al-Breiki. So UAE shorthanded once again. They did a good job on the first kill. And coming into the night, they were only at about a 62% penalty kill rate, so good on them. Murphy here, finally able to get the puck out all the way down. We're up to the final 30 seconds of the first period. Hamnet for Singapore.
One last rush.
Yep. Over to Go at center ice. Go. Tried to get it back to Hamnet, but it was in his skates. Now UAE's going to have a chance here. Team captain Al-Hassani content just to throw it down, kill some more time. Final 10 seconds of the first period. Some good speed here by Go, but he loses the handle. Puck goes to the far corner. And barring a miracle, this is going to end the first period. So, a little bit of back and forth, as Preet just mentioned, a bit uneventful outside of the short-handed goal by Murphy, which is the difference in the game, 1-0 UAE. We're going to throw it over to Keith for a commercial break. Join us again for the second period. This is Hockey Night in Thailand.
All right, gentlemen, take a nice break. And we're going to get ready here for the second period. We'll just take a couple commercials, and then we'll watch the Zamboni go around in circles for a while. So we'll talk to you.
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather, and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
Let's go! I really got the feeling today that everything is going my way. Now this is what I'm talking about. Every time I see your smile, it makes me shout. Let's go!
And welcome back to Hockey Night in Thailand. The UAE versus Singapore. We're going to go into the second period. So stand by, and thank you for joining us. And we'll see you. So go get yourself a cappuccino or a third or fourth beer or whatever you have. And we'll see you back here in just a few minutes. You've got the countdown clock there, so you know how much time you got. We'll see you then. And we're back, getting ready for the second period. Zach Block and Preet Marwa will be bringing you the second period of 1-0 UAE over Singapore right now. And Zach, what was your impression of the first period?
Well, like Preet and I were discussing, a little bit quiet, in all honesty. Both teams having some difficulty sustaining possession, a lot of turnovers, giveaways back and forth. Outside of the shorthanded goal by Murphy, quiet. As we start the second period, UAE is going to be short-handed. Singapore looking for that tying goal here. The winner of this game will move on to the gold medal game tomorrow evening versus Thailand. Loser goes on to the bronze medal game versus Hong Kong. Here, Chan, 97 with a backhander, high above Nayef in goal for UAE. That puck down low, dangerous. Oh, that was a very premature whistle.
It's the second time that's happened to Singapore, a very quick whistle.
Yeah, if I was the Singapore bench, I'd be a little bit upset. It's twice now that Nayef has not had control of that puck. It's been in a dangerous spot down low. Singapore players have been there, and play's been low dead prematurely.
Good save, though. That was a good.
There was a good initial save by Nayef, yes. Hamnet for Singapore able to ring the puck all the way around the boards to Chan at the far side. Chan goes cross-eyed, but good read by Murphy to break that play up. Murphy's trying to split 3 Singapore defenders, and he does get a shot on goal. Blockered away by Lee. Pola now. He's unable to get through the defense, but does kill some more time. Keep in here by UAE, doing a nice job here of just killing time on the penalty. Puck comes to center ice, and all the way down to the UAE zone for Ben Samoud. 19 minutes in the second period, 10 seconds left in the power play. Ben Samoud using his speed, using his reach, just killing some more time, bringing it all the way back down to the Singapore zone. Just a few more seconds left, and we're back now to even strength. 17, Chian for Singapore breaking into the UAE zone. Going wide, and a nice back check here by Pola to break that play up, but Singapore able to regain possession. Now back to UAE just as quickly as I said it. Just continues this theme of no team really been able to having sustained possession of the puck. Chan now, his shot deflected off the glass. Puck behind the UAE net. Go, tries a wraparound off the pads of Nayef.
Again, you know, another example of a play where you've got your teammate there waiting for a pass, and you take the bad angle shot.
As you were talking there, Pola with a nice hard shot, kicked away by Lee and net. And now Chian for Singapore, unable to get a clean look. Did a nice job skating through the defense, but Murphy was there to break that play up. Al Otaiba for UAE. Now to Murphy. Murphy in the slot, delaying.
Oh!
What a great play, Murphy. He just delayed, waited until Lee committed, and then he had an open net to throw it in. That's his second goal of the night. I'm confused. There's no goal.
No, it didn't go in.
Oh, it didn't. I apologize.
No.
I apologize. I thought it went in the net. That was a great play by Murphy. He just didn't finish it.
Like it took me a while to kind of register. Like, okay, that actually didn't go in. It went off the post.
I apologize. So Murphy, 99% of the way there, and he did it so well he fooled me. I saw the net move. It must have been the outside of the net. Even the professionals, which I am not, get it wrong. Pola did good deeks here. Splitting the defense. He's going to have a man at the far side, which he gives it to. And Lee, great save on the opposite end.
Good smart play again. You know, that use your men.
In contrast to some of the other earlier plays that we discussed, not one guy trying to do it all, not one guy taking a tough angle shot, just giving it to the open man. Unselfish play here. Al Hassani, events Go. Go wins that battle for Singapore. Go throws it off the sideboards, but Ben Samoud keeps it in. Ben Samoud's shot is blocked Puck ends up in the far corner for team captain of Singapore. But here, team captain UAE Al Hassani, unfortunately, just out of the zone. That's going to be an offsides. So they're going to have to vacate the zone. Singapore now, team captain Chua, cross ice to go. Breaking into the UAE zone wide. Got some good speed. He's going to go all the way around. Wraparound shot, but that was blocked.
Yeah,
Centering
it's
pass.
just the theme of the game here. They're not making the passes to their players.
Yeah, I don't know what the statistic would be, maybe 1 in 5 times, but that doesn't often work. DePola here, a similar play to earlier. He delayed, but wasn't able to get a clean shot on net, and Nayaf able to jump on that loose puck. Or excuse me, Lee, I apologize, able to jump on that loose puck.
And again, DePola, good play. I mean, pulled everybody out. He had 2 guys with him. Didn't use them.
Yeah, you're sitting there in the slot, and you're wanting to make that highlight reel play when you have 2 guys to your left and your right who have better angles than you. Ben Samoud, his long shot. Ooh, that deflected just wide. Great play there using the Singapore player and the UAE player as a screen. I think he might have gotten a deflection there by number 11, Al Sawadi, but it was just off to the side of the net. Chan throws it deep into the UAE zone behind Nayef. Puck thrown up the sideboards, where it's going to be taken by DePola. Now comes over to Ben Samoud, quickly to Murphy. Murphy tries to stick around Hamnet, but Hamnet of Singapore does a good job of pushing him off to the corner. Both teams losing tires here. Nobody with clear possession until Ben Samoud now from the point. His shot deflected to the far side. Keep in by UAE. Centering pass, broken up by Singapore. Go there, loses the handle to UAE. Murphy here just chips it forward. Back to go of Singapore. Nice hustle play here. Chan now with the puck, delaying. Enters the zone. His shot blockered away by Nayef. Chian here. Another play where I like the idea, but you just kind of end up losing possession here and give the other team a chance. Lee did a good job of fighting that one off, making a good quality save.
That was another odd man rush, 3-on-1, and no pass.
I think that was okay though. From the circle, had a good look at the good look at the net, quality shot, and Lee there made a pretty good save. Chan now gets around the man. That one I'll agree with you with.
Draws a penalty.
Oh, he did. Okay, at least he did draw a penalty there. Trip is the call. But similar in the sense that he had a line mate on the other side of the slot, and he chose to shoot. But Singapore will have an opportunity here on the power play.
Yeah, they need to make something of it. Their last 2 have been, again, uneventful.
Al Dahari of UAE with the infraction. He'll sit 2 minutes in the sin bin. 14:22 remaining in the second period. Shots on goal are 15-11 in favor of Singapore. It is still 1-0 UAE. Quick whistle. Must have been some small infraction on the face-off. Officials are saying, you need to stand here, Ben Samoud. Not sure why, but
Yeah,
who knows?
I am still. Why does he have to stand there?
Singapore able to get possession. Chan unable to get a clean look. Go throws it up to the point. Oh, Chua misplays that, so it's going to go all the way down back to the Singapore end. And they don't see Murphy. Murphy skating hard here. He's able to get possession of the puck. Give credit to Murphy there, but unfortunately he loses the puck quickly. I like the effort though.
No, that was good. And caught as much as the goalie was trying to tell his player he's coming.
Naya blockers it away.
Oh.
Not good rebound control there, but able to make the secondary save.
Yes, hard to describe the flow of this game because it doesn't exist.
It's staggered. It has moments of good end-to-end action, but it's often broken up by giveaways, by takeaways, passes that are behind the player or passes that are not taken, and so it's an easy save.
And also, they're going in for the gold medal round. I mean, I would think there'd be a little bit more enthusiasm. It seems sluggish for wanting to get to the gold medal round.
Yeah, I agree with you, Keith. You know, you've gotten to this point for a reason, especially, you know, UAE's a little bit of a younger hockey program, but Singapore's got a decent program. They've been playing for a while in the Southeast Asian circuit. They've got the speed, but they're not really setting up what you'd call hockey plays.
Smart hockey plays. It's the kind of stuff we used to do in street hockey.
And part of that's going to come with experience. You know, these are all under 20 players. UAE here just throws it down, killing more time. And again, Singapore not seeing Murphy, who's skating hard. Give him credit for the individual effort. And he's just going to bring it back down again, but he might make a misplay here because he's going to give Singapore a chance here, but good stick by him.
Yeah, as a lucky play, would have been a 2-0 for Singapore.
Good speed here by Go. 55 of Singapore in red, streaking across the ice into the UAE zone, but offsides. 25 seconds remaining on the Singapore power play. The other thing about Murphy, while I do love this effort, he's going to be seeing a lot of ice time for UAE. He might need to save himself for the second half of this game. As I say that, he gets a rest on the bench. On the ice now, we've got number 11, Al Sawadi, I believe, and Tapola Sawadi in the faceoff dot. Big number 11 facing off against Go. Singapore, Go wins. Chan now. Chan in the slot, shot. Good pad save by Naif. Man, Chan's got a deceptively hard, quick release.
He does.
It's almost effortless. He just gets the puck into a shooting position and releases it all in a matter of about half of a second. Chian now into the slot. No clean shot. Penalty over. Back to even strength for both teams. Napola just throws it around the boards. It's going to come all the way down back to center ice where Ben Samoud's on the other end. Ben Samoud cutting towards the net. He loses the handle though. Ben Samoud just going to circle back out again and regroup with his squad. Using that reach, using that body control, able just to shield the puck all the way down once again. He's going end to end here. Putting on a skating clinic.
Smooth skating. Ben Samoud.
He uses those long legs. He's got that good stride. He's not, breaking much of a sweat there. Napola here, delaying, looking off of his skate. We're going to have a chance here. Murphy, good save there by Lee. Puck up the near boards below us. Chen in a foot race with Ben Samoud, and Chan's going to win that. Chan in a slot. Oh, 47 there for Singapore. Just couldn't get a clean look, but now Depola's going to have a chance. Depola, 5-hole. Save by Lee. Good save there. Ben
Samoud was a little out of gas there. I think there was a couple of laps he did around the rink caught up to him.
You're the defenseman. You normally give it to the forward. I don't know. I don't, begrudge him. He's got the skill. He's got the speed. He's got the length. Use your skills to your advantage. But similar to Murphy, save yourself. Pass it to your teammates. You don't have to do it all by yourself. Samoud throws it down, keeps it in. Puck ends up behind Lee and net for Singapore, where it's taken by Hamnet in red. Singapore moving forward. Number 94. I'd try and read the back of his jersey, but it's a bit too long. Puck goes to Ben Samoud, who just chips it out again, out of danger. Hamnet once again for Singapore. LD avoids the check. Long shot right into the chest of Naif. Right idea throwing it towards the net, but again, kind of an easy save. Maybe throw it on the pad, look for a rebound, maybe just chip it into the corner. That's a bit too easy.
Yeah, other than they've had that one quality chance in the first period, everything else has been kind of the outside, bad angles.
they've had a couple chances where the puck's been in a dangerous spot, but there's no clean shot on net. As I say that, in the slot, and there's the goal. So that's the kind of play that we were discussing, you know. If you're going to throw it on net like that, have some players there looking for the rebound, and that's exactly what happened. Chan just poked it in. IIHF made the initial long save from the point, but too many red jerseys versus the white, and Singapore able to tie this game 1-1.
Yeah, I think UAE just got caught standing around.
Singapore fans really making their presence felt here. This place got loud for a moment. With that goal, shots on goal are now 21-12 in favor of Singapore. Ben Samoud missed that clearing attempt, and it goes to the far boards where it's just thrown across by Singapore to the other end of the ice. 7 for UAE. Al-Asabi throws it forward, where it's chipped out by Chua.
Pretty sure Ben Samoud has been on the ice for about 7 minutes now. Has not gone off.
We'll have to see if this affects him in the second half. Murphy, another one of the big names. Ooh, hard check into the boards there by Captain Chua of Singapore. And the bench loves it, making their noise. Go here, we're using that speed. They really like these circle plays, don't they? Behind the net, unfortunately gives it away to DePola. DePola unable to deke around Hamnet. Hamnet shot partially blocked, goes wide. The UAED throws it off the sideboard, and I agree with you. I'm looking at Ben Samoud, and he's just standing around. He doesn't have his normal speed, his normal burst. Hamnet cross ice, broken up well by Murphy, and eventually goes to the far boards for Singapore. Tough angle shot. Similar to the earlier things we saw.
Yeah, Ben Samoud needs to get out for a change. He's pushing 9 minutes here.
And he's just very lazily skating around in a circle. He's not using a lot of effort. DePola here. One man. Another tough angle shot saved by Lee. Kept in. DePola now from the left circle. DePola's shot. That's blocked. Doesn't get through. Chan here. Able to avoid the check. Ben Samoud still on the ice. Chan here. Deking. Oh, that was just to the outside of the net. He had a backhand try there at the outside of the netting. Once again, Ben Samoud still on the ice. He's got the buck now.
I'm not sure I've ever seen in a competitive game a 10-minute shift by a player.
And he's still out there. He's moved all the way up to the forward position. He's deep, way out of the play. IIHF able to snag that. That was in a dangerous position for the UAE team. And I'm in shock. Ben Samoud is still standing on the ice.
And it's not like they'd have a short bench. They've got a pretty full
No,
squad
they've got a
over
full
there.
bench. They just don't seem to want to use the other players. And the coaches are not calling for him to get off. I mean, I know this is the semifinal game to get into the gold medal, but you've got a team for a reason. I mean, how are the other young players supposed to get their own ice time and get some experience if one player is going to play a 10-minute shift? And what's the quality of that player going to be when he has no gas? I mean, he's literally standing 100 feet away from the play. He's barely skating.
Ooh, that was a big shoulder.
It's starting to get chippy here. Yeah, the Singapore player is on the ice still. He's down. You don't like to see that. Chian, number 17. I hope he's okay.
It was a clean hit. It was a big hit, though.
Both Scots staying to their benches, and some good camaraderie here by the Singapore squad, all skating over to be around their teammate down on the ice still. Trainers come out to see him.
Ben Samoud is getting a talking to at the bench. There's, I think, some concern of his positioning and where he is on the ice based on what I'm seeing the coach's signals.
I think he was so far out of the play so he could take a breath. You know.
Well, I mean, twice there he was.
He didn't want the puck coming near him. He
almost
just
as
needed a
far
breath.
as he could be, the opposite sides of the ice. Thankfully, Chian getting to his feet here. A nice round of applause by the fans.
He's still definitely still a little woozy.
Yeah, I think he might got a little concussion there potentially.
He needs some help.
And he's not. It looks to me like he's not putting any weight on his right leg. So potentially a leg injury, potentially a head injury. I'm glad to see he's getting off the ice, though. It seems to be, at least from our perspective, okay. Now he is on the bench, at least putting some weight on that leg, it looks like.
I wish we had a replay. I would have loved to have shown the coach talking to Ben Samoud. At one point, he was doing this and showing.
And I mean, granted,
Could
he
you
did
describe
just get a
this for
timeout.
our viewers? Because we
He's
didn't
kind
have
of
to see that.
looks like he's almost doing a lazy robot. You know, he's kind of leaning back and forth, his arms out. I mean, granted, he did just have about a 30-second timeout, but Ben Samoud is still on the ice, number 4 in white for UAE. And once again, he's about 100 feet away from the play, just skating around lazily. Arm up, we got a penalty.
That's got to be a penalty.
Trip is the call. Number 11 for UAE, the guilty party. That is Al Sawadi. Ben Samoud has got his hands on his knees, hunched over, breathing hard. I'm almost speechless. I don't know what the UAE coaching staff is thinking. He's been on the ice for, granted, about 12 minutes.
Yes.
He throws it down. Ben Samoud, that was, after the faceoff win by Murphy. I mean, I know you've got a lot of top-end talent, but you can't rely on 3 players in a team sport. Chan here. Tried a backhander. I'm not sure if he got a clean look on net. And Murphy here, again, another great individual effort. He's going to have a chance here, and he scores. Wow, Murphy does it all.
That was the little Kucherov.
That's true. That's true. He almost faked the forehand to the backhand, but he never picked up the puck again, and it surprised Lee, and it just went right between his pads. He's got the skill, and he knows it.
And I mean, he's showing some great speed on these shorthanded situations. He's flying by the Singapore players.
Exactly. He's starting behind them, and he just skates so hard that he goes around them. With that shorthanded goal again
by Murphy.
Yeah, exactly. Again by Murphy. UAE back on top by 2-1. 6:30 remaining in the second period. Shots on goal are 23-15 in favor of Singapore. There's a minute 28 remaining on the penalty to Al Sawadi for Singapore on the power play still.
Ben Samoud still on the ice.
It's a joke at this point. I mean, I don't know. Is he going to play the whole period?
He may as well now.
But he can't do another 6 minutes?
Singapore wins the face-off. Now Chan cutting towards the net. Nayef make the glove save. Another tough angle shot.
Yeah, and again, this is Ben Samoud. He just doesn't have the legs. The Singapore players are just getting by him.
I feel like a broken record. Unable to clear that puck. Good keep in by team captain Chua of Singapore. Centering pass. Puck behind the net here to the sideboards. Chua throws it down low. That's going to be kept in by Hen at number 7. I'm not sure if that was a slap pass or a shot, but it's taken by DePola. Now Murphy with the puck. Murphy once again, deking. Not really a clean look, but able to get the puck on net. Saved by Lee. Both teams having some words.
Little whack to the back of the legs by Murphy at the end of the play. Singapore captain not very happy about that.
And wouldn't you know it, Ben Samoud is still standing on the ice. And, you know, we should say so is Depola and Murphy. Depola, Murphy, Ben Samoud have been on the ice for the vast majority of this game. And we see a full bench of UAE sitting and watching them.
Again, it's like, you know, we understand they're the top 3 players. However, you know, you can only, mind you, the pace of the play is not that fast.
No, we're having a lot of stoppages. I mean, granted, every minute, I would say we're having at least 2 stoppages. So they do have a lot of time to stand around, but part of that is because they're not having the full legs to just keep skating. We're not seeing clean line changes, rolling different groups of players out there. It's the same guys over and over. And it's not very different for Singapore either, for that matter. I've seen Go, Hamnet, Blakeney, Chan, and Chian on the ice for the majority of this as well. But again, like a broken record, how are your younger players, how are your less experienced players going to have this chance if you don't give them ice time?
Exactly.
UAE just killing more time, and this is going to end their penalty to Al Sawadi. We're going to be back to even strength in a moment. 55 Go throws it forward for Blakeney. Blakeney cutting into the UAE zone from the right circle. His shot gloved by Nayef, but it goes all the way back down to the Singapore end where it's going to be icing. At least Murphy comes off. Nope, he doesn't because of an icing. He tried to. So the only fresh player from the last 2 minutes of penalty time plus is Al Sawadi.
And only because he came out of the penalty box.
Exactly. Here comes
great
Depola.
pass.
I mean, once again, Singapore getting caught sleeping here. Depola unable to cut through the defense. No penalty, though.
No, that was a good smart.
Ooh, good hard check there between Lee and Al-Hassani. Al-Hassani lost his helmet. He's still skating. Chan there.
That's going to be a penalty.
Al-Hassani, helmetless, smiles. No objection. He just goes right to the bench. Or I should say the penalty box. I'm still looking. I didn't see the official call of what the infraction was.
Oh, no, you can't play with your helmet off.
Oh, is that a call?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got to go to the bench.
Thank you. And
number 7.
Unless I'm mistaken, well, that's because the captain Al-Hassani went off the ice. Unless I'm mistaken, we have almost all the same skaters for UAE once again, barring their captain, who's now in the penalty box. Face-off won by Singapore. Ben Samoud trying to get that puck out along with Murphy. Murphy does eventually take it. I mean, I give these players credit for their endurance. Tough angle shot saved by Lee. Chan now for Singapore looking to break out into the UAE zone. Far boards, throws it around where it's going to be stopped by Chian at the near boards. Lee near the point just throws it back into the far corner. Again, similar, we're not seeing a lot of clean plays. Where's the setup? Are you trying an overload? Are you trying for rebounds? Are you trying an umbrella? And they lose possession. Depola here, along with Murphy. They're going to have a 2-on-1 here, shorthanded. Depola circles. Near the top of the slot. Taken away here by Singapore. Chian coming back. His shot saved by Nayef.
And again, that was a late 2-on-1 that happened, and he didn't use his guy.
Ben Samoud here, finally showing some stronger legs. His shot wide. Bounce up high off the end boards. Now Chan.
Okay.
Finally, we have a new player on the ice.
That was a 16-minute shift by Ben Samoud.
I mean, it's been about, now finally Chan for Singapore goes off the ice as well. I mean, it's been almost the same 5 skaters on each team the whole time. And people are just standing around watching the puck here. Chian for Singapore. Over to, nope, still Chian, I apologize. Still Chian. Breaking into the UAE zone, delaying. Penalty over. That shot wide.
Yeah, he had the goalie beat there. Failed to. I'm not sure how that's not an icing.
Neither am I, yeah. I apologize, fans, but Preet and I are just kind of standing here in disbelief at what we're watching.
Well, you know, I was just thinking about that as you guys have been talking. And when one went off, the other one went off. I wonder if these coaches are playing a little bit of a game of chicken where their first line is so much better than their second and third lines. So they don't want to take their top player off when the other top players are still on the ice because they will run over the second line.
Fair enough, but at what cost?
Well, I'm just saying I think that may actually be what's happening. That,
Ben Samoud, after a 30-second break on the bench, is back on the ice for UAE.
Right, and now
I think he actually got 59 seconds there.
Right, and now they'll put the other guy back on, Chan back on for the other team, for the same reason because they got to match him up.
I make the same point. How will your less experienced, less quality players get any better if you do not give them ice time? Anyway.
Well, this is a championship game.
It's the semifinal, actually.
Well, you know what I'm saying. I mean, I'm just saying. I don't know if I'm right. I'm just saying it's a theory that we hadn't discussed yet, and I'm bringing that up.
Yeah. No, even you look at when you're watching the NHL playoffs, and I'll just go to the Oilers. McDavid, Draisaitl, you can only still keep them on the ice for so long.
And again, it's a team sport. Depth is what will win you a championship. If you talk to Michael Jordan of the Bulls, my hometown, about his squads in the 90s and why they were so talented, he has said in interviews that his practice games were sometimes more competitive than NBA games because that's how deep his teams were and that's how quality the players were. You had players, granted only getting 5 to 10 minutes of time in the NBA, but that's significant time, and they're able to contribute. You're not playing Michael Jordan and the top players 48 minutes a game. They need rest too. In this case, it's hockey, and you've got these young under 20 players, and you have some of these guys playing 40, 50 minutes of this game. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. Not from a coaching perspective, not from a team management or just a game management perspective.
And if you're a teammate of them, I mean, obviously you want your team to be successful, but what would you say? Coach, how am I supposed to get better if you don't give me ice time? I don't know. DePola for UAE with the puck.
What a pass.
All alone. I mean, Singapore just sleeping there, and Murphy was completely by himself standing in the slot.
Murphy with a hat trick.
Without a Singapore player within 15 feet of him, 5 meters of him, and Murphy with a natural hat trick. And once again, these have been 3 goals shorthanded. All shorthanded.
And so if you're the UAE coach, you're thinking, hey,
it's
you
working.
Announcers up there, just shut up because my strategy is working. We're up 3-1.
But I wouldn't have to tell you viewers who's on the ice because it's the same skaters.
Made it easy for you as a play-by-play announcer. You didn't have to remember all these guys.
I don't think we do actually have ice time numbers, but I would honestly love to see them.
Yeah, it's they'd be pretty lopsided.
Final 20 seconds of the second period. With that third shorthanded goal by Murphy, a hat trick, it is 3-1 UAE. Shots on goal 28-17 in favor of Singapore.
No,
because it's a penalty still.
Oh, sorry. Yes, 4 seconds.
Penalty over, back to even strength. The final few seconds of the second period, Chan unable to deke, and that's going to do it for the second. Well, Preet.
Wow. Yeah.
That was about the same 5 skaters aside for the last 20 minutes. I give credit to
18 minutes
Murphy.
of ice time for Ben Samoud. And I think DePola
and probably
Murphy,
similar for DePola and Murphy.
Maybe a minute or 2 less. Again, they're up 3-1. You can't.
but it's because of one player, you know. I give a total credit to Murphy. He's put in so much effort. He's skating hard. He's able to get these individual battles, and he's got the finishing talent to put it away. If I'm the rest of the team, yeah, I'm happy that I'm up, but I'm sitting on the bench thinking I didn't play a single shift in an entire period.
Yeah.
And it's not very different from Singapore either. I mean, we're harping on UAE here, but Singapore has had Go, Chan, Chian, Hamnet, and I'm probably forgetting
and a
one other
rotation
player.
of the bench.
Yeah, and I mean, it's been almost the exact same skaters on each side. To Keith's point, yeah, maybe this is your top guys, and you don't want to, put your lesser players, your weaker players at a disadvantage. I respect that argument, but how will they ever get better if they don't see ice time? How can you maintain your top players' edge if they don't have a break?
All I'm saying is, they've got these, I don't know the ages of all these kids. So, if you've got the top 20-year-old guys and your second string are now 15-year-olds, that could be a big difference. And that may be the worry that they're working with. And I don't know that. So they don't want to match up the 20-year-old on the other team to the 15-year-olds on the second line. Those guys will have their chances next year, And so I think that could possibly be how they're looking at that.
Sure. The thing that happens, though, is UAE goes on to win this game. They're playing Thailand. We know what happened last time against Thailand.
Right, I know. Yeah.
They had the same strategy. Use their 3 guys throughout the game. And against Thailand, it didn't work.
I'm not arguing the point. I'm only making the point.
No, I agree.
Just reading the roster.
The point too. It's it may be working here. It's not going to work against Thailand because they roll all their lines.
Right. Well, speaking of rolling the line, why don't we get you guys a break?
Yeah, sure.
And because we'll be talking about this all through the third period.
Yes,
so
exactly.
Why lose all of our material?
You're right.
All righty.
Thank you, Keith.
Well, I'll see you guys in the third period.
Back in 12.
All right.
This is breaking news from ThailandTV.news. Now all the Thailand news is in one place. The latest reports from around the clock and around the world. Breaking Thailand news from all the world's top news sources, translated into 11 languages and updated 24 hours a day. Here's Ali with more.
ThailandTV.news has it all. The latest news, weather, and sports updates, plus up-to-the-minute events listings and fun things to do in Thailand. And that's not all. There's also entertainment, lifestyle, and travel news, including the latest visa information. If it's happening in Thailand, you'll find it here at ThailandTV.news.
It's all here at ThailandTV.news. All the latest news, weather, sports, they even cover ice hockey. It's all done at ThailandTV.news. Yes, it's all the Thailand news, all in one place.
And welcome back. And the only thing on the ice right now is the Zamboni. And so you guys talking about the other guys were on the ice the whole time, but this time just the Zamboni's on the ice. So we're going to take a little break here. We've got what do we got here? About 9 minutes left for you to run into the bathroom, run to get your cappuccino, get a sandwich, and then we'll start with the third period here shortly. So it's a good game, 3-1. And we'll pick up the third period here and the nightcap. Take a little break. And welcome back to the third period. Keith Mueller along with our fabulous announcers. Getting ready here for the third period. We're a little winded. We're doing wind sprints between the periods to stay in shape. And here's Zach and Preet to bring it home.
All right, back for third period action here, and surprise, surprise, we have some different figures on the ice.
Kidding.
I think we have number 8, number 19, number 4, number 7, and
Number 11. And in red, we've got 55, 97, 17, 47, and 76. For those of you keeping score at home, it's the same. Centering pass by Chan, but nobody on the other end. First 2 minutes are going to be important because we've got a clean sheet of ice. Players are going to have a better chance to be able to make some of these tangle plays. We'll see. All 3 UAE goals coming shorthanded by number 19, Murphy. He's done a great job individually. Here, Chian, 17. Over to Chan. Good hard shot, but saved with a pad by Naif. He's looked pretty sharp tonight.
Yeah, Naif has been solid. I'm really impressed with his play tonight.
Now, granted, as we've discussed before, he's not really facing a ton of high-quality chances. A lot of these are to the outside, slower. He's had a lot of time and space to be able to see the shot, make the play. So if you're Singapore, then the obvious adjustment is get some bodies in front, look for deflections, look for screens, look for rebounds, try and get them moving left to right. Somebody's shouting. Chua for Singapore with the puck. D to D. Chian looking. Bounces off the boards to Chan. 97 for Singapore, moving into the UAE zone from the slot. Another quick shot, saved with the pad by Naif. Similar story.
Who's number 22 over there? I don't think we've seen him yet.
Oh my goodness. 21 is Al Kwabasi.
Never mind, he's going off. By the time we figured out who it was, he's off the ice.
I've called his name once or twice, and 21 now, Al Sawaidi, on the ice for UAE. So we are finally getting some different skaters. Late Murphy on the ice, quite late actually. The officials giving a little conversation there to the UAE bench. And now I'm confused. Now we got a skater going to the
penalty
box. Yeah, this is a little strange.
What's the call there?
I'm not sure what the call is. We've got 18 for UAE, which would be Al-Breki. The ring announcer made the announcement when my headset was on, and I could not hear the official call. I'm not sure what the official call is. I'm gonna have to look on the IIHF website to see the call later. But Singapore once again on the power play. Let's see if Murphy gets another shorthanded goal. Puck to Lee, 47 of Singapore. Haven't said his name a lot. Over to the sideboards here. Singapore keeping play to the outside here. A large box format. Cutting in towards the slot. Loses the handle. Al Hassani throws it all the way down. Lee coming out to play that puck from his net.
Ooh.
Al Hassani is going to have a chance here. UAE cap. Oh, he loses the handle though. Singapore regrouping. Chan looking to enter the UAE zone.
And now just need to get some formation here, which they're looking like they're doing. And again, just no passes, trying to go for the shot.
So the official call, according to the IIHF website, was delay of game.
I think that was because of the change. Murphy came on very late, and the officials were not happy about it.
Al Hassani gives it over to Murphy on the PK. Once again, just kind of very passive skating by both teams. Good move here by Chian, though. He's going to have a chance. Chian trying to get around Ben Samud. Circles away now. Looking at the sideboards. To Chua at the blue line. He taps it back to Chan, back to Chua, back to Chan. Chan cutting towards the net. Oh, centering pass! Oh, he didn't get a clean look. Man, he had a golden opportunity there, but unable to pull the trigger.
Yeah, it was pretty wide open and wide open net.
Chan, oh, that bounced off the post. I heard it ring. Singapore finally with some life here, but just as quickly as they've got it, they've lost it again. That puck bounced off Ben Samud, and he's got some quick legs here after. Oh, Ben, I'm not sure about that play, Ben. Ben Samud kind of lost it, and he just gave a good hard cross check to the Singapore player. Anyway, Tapola moving in now, shorthanded. He loses it to Chan, 97 of Singapore. Gives it over to Liao. We do have some new skaters finally.
Yeah.
Chian's going to have a small chance here. Tough angle. He shot. I'm not sure if Nayef got a piece of that or it was just wide.
He got a piece of it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, off his shoulder.
Murphy rings it around. Goes up to Tapola. Hard check by Chian. Liao throws it forward. That's another skater I haven't said a lot. 94 for Singapore. Would like to say his surname, but it's a bit difficult for me to pronounce. So 94 for Singapore, but he loses it to Murphy. Murphy trying to get around Go. Just chips it forward to Tapola. Tapola loses control. Back to Murphy here. Murphy gets tripped up.
How is that not a penalty?
On both ends. Maybe the officials just want this game to be over quickly. I don't know. Ben Samud, number 4 for UAE. Once again, showing those wheels. Going end to end here. Ben Samud loses the handle. Another example of just why not pass the puck? Why do everything yourself? 97 Chan. Similar to Ben Samud, trying to skate through 4 white jerseys and able to do so. Lee, 47 for Singapore, head up, looking for the long pass, broken up there by UAE. Eventually comes to Chan. Chan. Puck now for Chua, team captain of Singapore. The D-man enters the UAE zone, skating wide towards the net. Centering pass! Lee unable to get a clean look. Puck bounces out. Hamnet across to Go. It was just out of his reach. Now Tapola takes it up for UAE. Tapola into the Singapore zone. Does a good job evading several checks. But now Lee for Singapore. His pass was broken up by Al Hassani, UAE team captain.
I think it's important to note here that none of the top 3 UAE players are on the ice.
Murphy
none
is.
None of the 5. Was Murphy out there?
Right there. 19.
Oh, my apologies.
And team captain Al Hassani is probably the 4th leader in ice time if I had to make a guess. But you're right. Al Hwani, number 15, is on the ice instead of Ben Samud, along with 17, Al Habasi. Again, if I mispronounce those names, I'm terribly sorry. Puck goes all the way down to the Singapore zone, and it's an icing because the penalty had ended. Puck's going to come back to the UAE zone, and because of that icing, they can't leave.
Cannot change.
They're stuck on the ice. But Singapore with familiar faces, 55, 19, 76. Oh, 37's a new player. Or that's 97. I just misread the jersey. That's Chan. Yep, he's still on the ice. And 17, Chian as well. So almost the same 5 skaters for Singapore. Singapore does win that face-off. Chan now behind the net, tries to wrap it around, throws it into the slot. Puck gets out. In a foot race here, Murphy wins that foot race using his wheels. But good recovery here by Singapore's skaters. Chan now with the puck, 97 of Singapore. Into the UAE zone. Play broken up, thrown back down to the other end. Chua quickly back forward for Blakeney.
Ooh.
Blakeney rubbed off by Tapola, and that's going to be a penalty on Tapola. Interference is the call.
Yeah, he rubbed him out hard into the boards there. It's Good thing he's not injured.
Timeout, Singapore. 12:42 remaining in the third period. Still 3-1 UAE.
So, with DePola off for 2 minutes, they have to have somebody else on the ice.
Well, I can almost guarantee the other two skaters that will be on the ice. I'll give you 3 guesses, but you're not going to need them.
Can we do like an over-under of who's on the ice?
Sure.
With 12:42 remaining,
Maybe we could do a rotisserie.
how much ice time is
A little fantasy.
Ben Samoud and
players
Murphy going to
out
get? And who are the other two skaters? If I'm guessing, I'm going to say team captain Al Hassani, and he is on the ice, number 16. And the other skater looks like number 7, which would be Al Daheri.
He's had 2 shifts, 3 shifts actually.
2 or 3, yeah.
This period.
He's a little bit shorter than his line mates. You can see him there. But if you talk to Martin St. Louis, you don't need to be tall to play hockey.
All right, dumped out fairly easily by UAE. Singapore regrouping in their zone.
Chua here with some good speed. Team captain of Singapore. In the far corner here, outside of his normal D spot. Ooh, he tried to set up the back door there, but it was just out of Go's reach. A little too much mustard on that one. Not enough if you're a Chicago Dog fan. Keith likes that
Probably
one.
way too much because in Singapore they probably don't use mustard.
Well, you never know. They probably have their own version of sweet chili spice or something. Al Hassani here with a good takeaway. His shot gloved easily by Lee. Similar to what we've said before, just kind of taking the early shot. No move, no deke, no pass to his line mate who is also on the ice in pretty decent position.
I just wanted to throw out a reminder for tomorrow. We've got the bronze medal game at 1:30 and the gold medal game tomorrow at 6 o'clock.
The loser
Don't
of this
do anything.
Thank you, Keith. The loser of this game will go on to that bronze medal game against Hong Kong. The winner will face Thailand in the gold medal game. Cross ice to Hamnet, number 7. Behind now Go. That puck goes just on top of the goal there. In a dangerous spot in the slot. Hamnet took a whack at it, but good save by Nayef. A lot of these shots are low. I'd like to see them maybe try go for the glove or the blocker. Get above him. He goes down quite quickly, and he's done a good job with his pads so far tonight.
Yeah, the scouting report is down early, lots of space in the top corners.
Which Thailand took full advantage of in their last game.
Absolutely.
28-0. That is not a football score. That was Wednesday night's game, Thailand versus UAE. Now
Yeah, and I would say at least 20 of those goals were in the corners,
yeah.
up high.
And, take away nothing from UAE, take away nothing from Singapore, but there's a clear gulf in talent. Good setup there by Chan, but a similar story. He just threw it right at the pads of Nayef. He's, change it up. Go for the corner. Go for the top corner, left corner, above the glove, above the pad. Centering pass, but there was no red jersey on the other end of it.
DePola out of the box.
Yep, back to even strength. His long shot. Good glove there by Lee. Give credit to the Singapore faithful. They're still making some noise.
Down to 10:23, 3-1 UAE.
And shockingly, Ben Samoud is on the ice. Face-off won by UAE. Murphy behind the Singapore net. Tried a centering pass. Good keep-in by Al Sawadi, but unable to get clean look. Chua's going to have a chance here. Singapore captain. And a great back check there by Ben Samoud. Breaks up that play. He didn't get a very clean shot.
That was really good stick right at the last second.
That's enough. That's clearly enough side. Okay,
no, that was good actually. It puck was on the blue.
Okay, forgive me. I thought it went out.
It was a 2-on-1.
Here's Ben Samoud with Depola. Ben Samoud passes to Depola, but good break up there by Shua, Singapore team captain. Now Go. Another low shot. Good pad save by Naif. Here comes Depola across to Ben Samoud. Ben Samoud at the far corner. Ben Samoud looking to track down that puck, but broken up by Singapore. Chan, number 97, with good speed. Singapore is going to have an odd man rush if they hurry. Chan skating by himself. Hard shot low, saved by Naif.
See, the odd man rushes don't matter in this game because
It's
nobody's
one guy.
passing.
Yeah, you're not actually utilizing the advantage you have.
And other than Ben Samoud, who made that pass across to Depola, that was probably the opportunity for him to take the shot.
Maybe. I mean, I give credit there to Chua making a good play to break that up. But, personally speaking, I like the idea of pass first. You see, for example, Team Thailand using that mentality to great effect. Puck here, won by UAE, but they're unable to clear the zone. Good effort here by Singapore. That player threw it out front. Nice save by Naif. Puck comes to Al Hassani, UAE captain, now to Murphy. Murphy's going to have some space here. Murphy trying to dangle, unable to get a clean shot on goal. Chian here, 17 for Singapore, looking to break out. Across center ice, delaying, enters the UAE zone near the near boards. Centering pass, bounced out the skater, goes into the near corner. Puck thrown up the sideboards. Lee kicks it down low again. 21 for UAE, throws it off the glass, up to Murphy. That play broken up. Another shot off the glass here. A lot of deflections back. Ooh, that was a hit by, that should have been a penalty, an interference or something, but no call for some reason. Murphy making contact with Go. Go fell to the ice. Play on. That puck thrown through the slot, broken up to the far corner. Lee centering pass. Another no-look pass behind him, but broken up because no red jersey on the other end. The idea is there, but you need some better execution. And considering their lack in quality scoring chances, I would have liked to see just a simpler play.
Yeah, and I think part of what we're also seeing is, when the top guns are off the ice, there's not a lot of plays that happen or develop. It's very scrambly.
Oh, just as we say that, Chan from the low end in the near corner threw it out front, and finally they break through. I was looking at you, Preet, and I wasn't quite sure who got that goal. We're going to have to wait for the initial announce.
Might have been 17.
Yeah, it might have been Chian. So with that goal, it's now 3-2. Singapore able to cut the deficit. It was indeed 17 Chian with the goal. Shots on goal, 43 Singapore, 19 UAE.
And yet it hasn't felt like a 43-19 shots type game.
Some of this is from deflections, block shots, misplays, etc. And the vast majority of these 43 shots on Naif have been, as we discussed earlier, kind of weak. From the outside, not a lot of velocity. Hard shot by Depola, deflected off the defenseman. Depola's going to have a secondary chance here. 21. Oh, he had an open net, but great stick there by the Singapore defense to break that play up and stop the scoring chance. 97 Chan cutting in near boards. The other thing I'm seeing is a lot of the same plays. Singapore loves to cut wide, throw it towards the center. They're not really changing the play up. Ben Samoud here able to skate around. Ben Samoud in the slot. Oh. Good save by Lee. Oh no, Ben Samoud follow up there. They called the whistle. The whistle was called.
Net was off. Lucky
Very
break.
lucky.
Lucky break. All right, so we've got some fresh skaters coming on the ice.
11 Al Sawadi joining 14.
We have too many players on the ice.
1, 2, Oh, they're lucky that the whistle. So yeah, Murphy getting a much needed rest as well. 14, Al Otaiba along with Al Sawadi joining the UAE squad. 7, Al Asri also on the ice along with Ben Samoud. Ben Samoud's long shot gloved by Lee but unable to hold on. Puck goes to the far boards. Al Hassani, team captain, throws it towards the slot. Taken now by 17, Xian of Singapore. Now we're harping on UAE a lot, but as I already mentioned, Singapore has a lot of the same skaters too. That hard shot by Chen just above Nayef's glove.
It's a good block by number 16.
Chan now, his shot also deflected. That's going to go out of play off the netting. We'll see if Singapore makes any changes, but similar to UAE, they've got almost all the same skaters. Murphy back on the ice for UAE, along with DePola and 22, Al-Kwabaisi. Staying on the ice is Ben Samoud.
Yeah, he had his 90-second rest. He's good for the next 65 minutes.
And Singapore, no changes. They're all with the same skaters we mentioned before. Although actually a new face I haven't seen for a while, 28, Liao. So they do have one other guy. One of their 5 skaters must be getting a rest. Right now, Hamnet throws it down behind the net. Chua, team captain, takes it. Just delaying here.
Good aggressive forecheck by UAE.
5:25 remaining in the third period. Chan unable to deke around the UAE defense. Puck goes back to Chua. D to D to Hamnet. Over to Liao. Liao, the pass was behind him,
that's got to be an offside.
So DePola had to wait there because it was going to be offsides. Hamnet over to Chan. Chan 97 with some skating space. Looking to break into the UAE zone. Chan once again trying to do it all himself, unable to get around Ben Samoud's long reach. Go does a good job keeping this in though. Go, Chan, slot, shot, save. Nice. Well done there. Nayef with the glove, keeping his team in front. Chan getting a break. Off the ice he goes. Lee, 47. Blakeney, 19 on the ice. And 94 again for Singapore. He's had some ice time this period. It's Mutu Kumar, if I'm saying that correctly, I hope. Mutu Kumar. And face off, won by Singapore. Go. Ben Samoud, though, takes it from him. Ben Samoud once again leading the rush into the Singapore zone. Going to the outside, cutting towards the net. Unable to get a clean shot, netting off again. Similar story for UAE squad. Ben Samoud often just leading the rush, going wide, going from the backhand to the forehand. It's a very similar play that we've seen several times already.
Almost worked there.
I mean, I guess, yeah, exactly. I guess if it works, why not? But
he's got that.
It's not
he's
a lot
got
of
such a long
hockey.
reach.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying it's a very uneventful 3-2 game. Other than the 5 goals, not a lot has happened.
And even them, it's been similar. Oh, we're getting, this might be another delay of game.
Yeah.
Delay of game is the call. So just mental mistakes here from the UAE squad, letting Singapore have opportunities to get back in this game.
I feel for number 18, he's back in the penalty box.
Now, that gives you an answer about what the coaches think about him. El Breaki, unfortunately, sitting for the team for, once again, some mental errors on the late changes. On the ice, killing the penalty for UAE, Ben Samoud, Al-Kwasabi, Murphy, and DePola. On the power play for Singapore, similar faces that we've seen before. Chan, Blakeney, Go, Hamnet, and Chua. Chan here, his shot, saved by Nayef.
Yeah. Yeah, it's, kind of, I think back to the Oilers' heydays, when they could use their top guys on all the different types of plays. So there's power play, shorthanded, 4-on-4. It didn't matter. However, they didn't stay on the ice for
18 minutes of a period.
18 minutes of a period.
And like I said already, you know, what's the quality of those players going to be? Are they going to be at 50%? Are they going to be at 20%? Is your best player at 50% of his best really better than your second line? I don't know that. I would argue it's not. And how will your second line ever get better if you don't give them ice time? Once again, Murphy shorthanded. Play broken up there by Hamnet. Well done. Hamnet behind his own net for Singapore. Gives it forward to Chan.
Under 4 minutes to go.
Chan rushing wide, cutting towards the net. His shot saved by Naif. Chan again. Goal! Power play goal by Chan. Ties the game 3-3. When given enough opportunities, they get it.
Yeah, big mental mistake by UAE. They had control of the puck and gave it away in their own zone.
And nobody covered Chan in the high slot. You give a player of that talent enough time and space, he's going to make you pay. So Chan extending his tournament lead in goals scored. And with that mark, Singapore has tied the game. 3:39 remaining in the third period. And the Singapore faithful making their presence felt here. I'd tell you who's on the ice, but you can probably guess already. Al Hassani kicked that, and that was an offsides.
Yeah, you know, going back to the penalty that UAE took, there's a bit of mental fatigue that kind of takes play in some of these players. You know, Bin Samoud, who's logged the most amount of ice time today, you know, that was a very late line change he attempted to make. You know, had it been the beginning of the first period, he probably wouldn't have made that mistake.
And this was their second delay of game penalty. Another offsides. 3:23 left in the third. Shots on goal are 48-22 in favor of Singapore. Face-off won by Singapore. Hamnet with a decent move here. Another one trying to split defense. Skating around everybody. Hamnet gives it up to Chan in the slot. His shot broken up. Go now, backhander, well wide. Just a bit outside.
That's the nice thing.
Indeed it is. Some new skaters on. Team captain Chua and 17 Chian back on the ice. Lee and Blakeney taking a break.
The 301, these icings can haunt you. Key face-offs in your own end.
Tired guys unable to get off to the bench. We've got another quick stoppage here. I'm not sure why. Anyway, here's the face-off. Once again, won by Singapore. Long shot, blockered away. Secondary shot, saved by Naif.
And this is exactly the danger of these, you know, face-offs constantly in your own end. You lose them.
And give opportunities that your goaltender has to bail you out for. And now you would have a chance to change your skaters out, and it looks like they will actually change. Oh, we have a timeout.
Oh, it must be a TV timeout. Keith, you're up.
Okay, let's bring the puppets in. So, good game. We're going to go in. It will be a 10-minute overtime if we do go to overtime, and then a shootout.
It is a game.
So that should be good.
I'm not sure good is the adjective I would use.
Well, it's tied. I mean, I would, you know. So tomorrow, Zach and Preet will be here for our gold medal game, and we'll see if that's a good game. That may or may not be as well. 2:55. Not that I should promote it too hard.
If you want to watch some good hockey, in all honesty, the best game of the tournament was the first game of this evening against Thailand versus Hong Kong, and that was a fantastic game. Go on Facebook. Lance and I did that one.
Yeah, I was wondering, I mean, when we watched Hong Kong Singapore, I didn't know it was the same Hong Kong team. I mean, it was a whole different team that showed up. It was unbelievable.
No, it was really, from start to finish, a fantastic game.
Yeah, it was. All right,
another
gentlemen,
face-off won by Singapore. Thank you, Keith. Another centering pass broken up. Chua from the sideboards. trying to throw it down low for Go. Good cycle here. Chan from the side. Shot saved by Naif. Again, a low shot. He's down low early. I'd like to see them try and roof these pucks. What is the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Murphy broken up there. Singapore harping. They like the physical play. Ben Samoud here. His long shot easily gloved by Lee. Saw it all the way.
That's how I kind of felt about insanity with our Wi-Fi situation here. We keep trying it every day.
The Singapore faithful are
and the same thing happens.
cheering loudly over a routine save.
Everything.
I don't know.
I think the Singapore bench is actually making more noise than the fans.
Probably. Face off. This time won by UAE. To Ben Samoud at the point. Able to avoid the check. His long shot gloved by Lee. Better save in terms of difficulty. He's got a good glove. He's faced 50 shots tonight. Or forgive me. He has faced 24 shots tonight.
Yeah, it's again. I keep looking at the shot clock, and surprisingly, Singapore has 50 shots. It's just the game doesn't feel like they've got 50 shots. It's been a lot of
Oh, here's Chan gonna have a chance. Breakaway goal by Chan. That could be a killer. With 2:03 left in the period, Chan on the breakaway, able to use his speed and split the UAE defense. And that might be because of these tired legs on the ice. You have Ben Samoud, Al Hassani, been on the ice for a lot of this game.
Yeah, it started out looking like a pretty innocent play. And then the UAE defense, get up there, boys. You'll get a delay game penalty otherwise.
.203 remaining. Now it's 4-on-3 Singapore. Murphy for UAE with the puck. He scored all three of their early goals shorthanded. Let's see if they have any magic left in the tank. UAE throws it off the side boards. Chan back to the Demon. Forward to Chan. Chan, the go-ahead goal scorer for Singapore. His rush broken up by the UAE defense.
So I'm perplexed here. We've got a minute and a half left in the period and the
now
game.
Is the time you choose to take off your best skater.
Yeah, I just, why is Ben Samoud not on the ice now?
Maybe he's got no energy left. Maybe he's heartbroken. I don't know. Ooh, a hard check by Hamnet there on Murphy. Murphy bounces up quickly. He's a good hockey player. 1:11 remaining in the third period. Ben Samoud back on the ice now. Still goalie Naif just standing in the goal. I would have thought with a minute left they'd pull him. I guess they might be waiting to get the puck deep. That's going to be an icing. They might do it now with 54 seconds remaining and the faceoff going all the way down to the Singapore zone. At the very least, you might have him skate halfway. But I would be wrong.
He's going to the bench.
Oh, is he? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, he is indeed going to the bench. We're going to have a sixth skater come on for UAE. So this is going to be a critical draw here for Murphy. He does indeed win it. The Pola from the sideboards, but it's taken away quickly by Go. And unless they hurry, that's going to be okay. That's just wide. But that should be no icing? Okay, that's surprising. Maybe it deflected off of a UAE skater. Ben Samoud with the puck. Moving forward into the zone. Somebody lost a skate, or stick, excuse me. Ben Samoud with the puck. Ben Samoud behind the net. Now to Pola. Puck goes to the sideboards. My view is slightly screened here. Murphy fighting with Chua. Chua just content to kill time. We've got 20 seconds remaining in the third period. Winner of this game will face Thailand in the gold medal game. Puck off the end boards to the far boards for Ben Samoud.
Maybe one last shot opportunity. No.
Singapore might have a chance here if they hurry. Broken up here. 5, 4.
That's it.
3.
It's over.
Long shot saved by Murphy, and that's going to do it. Singapore wins 4-3. The comeback is complete. They will go on tomorrow evening to face Thailand in the gold medal game. UAE dejected.
Yeah, it's a tough loss going into the third, 3-1 lead with less than 10 minutes to go. And you give up 2.
Give up 3, including the game winner.
Game winner. Yeah, and I mean, good for Singapore. Given that they threw a game, doesn't make me want to cheer for them really.
And given that I saw basically the same 10 skaters over and over again, I mean, if I'm some of these names that I haven't called once tonight, number 36, Chua, maybe he's the little brother of the team captain, I'm not sure. I didn't call Tan's name once tonight. I mean, you've got a squad, these guys are representing their home country. If I'm the coach, I'd let him get a little ice time maybe, but anyway, it's a similar story for UAE. A lot of these guys, unfortunately, didn't see any ice time, and we'll see if they get some more time tomorrow in the bronze medal game. But that's enough analysis for us.
Well, let's see who the players of the game are, and then we'll take off from there.
I'd be very surprised if it wasn't Murphy scoring a hat trick tonight, but you could considerably give it to goaltender Nayev for such a good game. And for some strange reason, it is number 7 of the UAE. That is a bit of a shock to me. Al Daheri. I'm not sure why, or Al Asri is on the back of his jersey. I'm not sure what he did to win player of the game. For
he had 6 shifts.
And 55 Go is the player of the game for Singapore. This one a little bit more understandable considering the massive amount of shifts that he had. Won a lot of face-offs for his team.
All righty, gentlemen, why don't we take off? And
all right, signing off here. Thank you very much.
We'll see you both tomorrow for the gold medal game.
Yeah, I want to give a big thank you to Keith, our director, and all of our camera operators.
And good night.
Have a great night, everybody. Join us tomorrow for the gold and bronze medal games. This has been Hockey Night in Thailand.
This has been a presentation of Thailand TV.tv, winner of the SHL Golden Mike Award for Excellence in Broadcasting for Hockey Night in Thailand.